I went down San Diego, theoretical physics, okay, and, UC, 4 years at UC Santa Cruz, right? Organic chemistry, physical chemistry, double major with a mathematics, physics, computer science triple emphasis, okay? Another 3 years down at UC San Diego, the theoretical physics. I'm trying not to do too much, doxing. I'm not trying to do names. I don't want to do names, okay? And Berkeley, sitting up at Berkeley, I wrote a dissertation in hydroelectromagnetothermodynamics. I tried to explain some of it to you just a little bit ago. Okay, well, but again, like there's an aptitude, a standard aptitude test. Okay, is an aptitude to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, and again, on the first week that you and I were going out, maybe second week, I said, I think that we probably shouldn't see each other anymore. And you got the first time you ever got really super fucking pissed at me. Well, in that fucking week, you had pulled us off to the side of the fucking road. I think it was probably maybe 2 weeks or something like that. But like 2 or 3 different times, we were parked in your, hey, let's pull over here and we'll smoke a bowl. Okay? And we sit there, pull over and smoke a bowl. And, the neighbors come out and start, I'm saying, does this person know that we're here? This guy, I'm getting a vibe that this guy's kind of really not too enthused about our presence. Oh no, it's fine. And then all of a sudden, fucking 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, a cop fucking pulls up on us and got us out standing out of the fucking car because the person came out here and was getting that fuck out of here. It's because that was a little smoke spot that you and your other fucking boyfriends had all gone and kicked it out, whatever. I'm going to call them all your boyfriends because that's what they were. Okay? No guy's going to be hanging out with a chick if he's not getting something from. Not like Caples wanted to have sex with you. He thought he stood his chance with you. That big job of the hut slug-looking motherfucker. Well, again, you stringing people along, or you're doing convenience lays with people. I mean, dude, I guess that was part because I've had to do the homework on what it is. The meth, they were doing the drugs. I thought that's what the speed was. I thought it was the heroin. When you said that I was doing heroin, don't give me that. Again, I'll finish that one up. Touch that before we get out of here. When you fucking sit there and said, I don't do heroin, you do heroin, I didn't dignify it with a response. I never did heroin, but like I said, when they asked me about the baby food and pull back into baby food and all of a sudden back in your body, it's like, wait, somebody just knows something that's inside on something. You can place it instantaneously. You know what I mean? Like, we were sitting in the car smoking bowls in your little side spots in between the times that we were getting cars that were, cops. That were pulling up because you had by the time you had me sleeping in my fucking car because you spent all my money that I was going to go and get an apartment, and you at the end of your street where your house was, okay, and you got me sleeping in the car, and the guy in the fucking house was so fucking pissed because you're telling me it's a safe spot, and I'm sitting in the thing because now there's a guy almost the lights on in his fucking thing and those over window, and I'm like, look over for a second, and this guy looks like he's fucking pissed. Is he screaming at his wife or something? And she's trying to come. No, he was pissed because we were parking there, and he's apparently you used to do that shit with all kinds of motherfucking people, and these people are fucking sick of it, and you got me caught up in all that shit. This is when we first started going out, and that's why I sat there and said, look, I think we should not see each other. I didn't say we could see other people. I said, I think we should not see each other anymore. Okay? It doesn't mean I don't care about you. It doesn't mean I'm just not totally interested. You just, oh, you want to see other people? You get red in the face, dude. Like, you cut the oxygen off and the blood flows into your system. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can make the angry face, well, because I'm a man, and I'm Greek and Italian and Scotch and Irish and Goth, every place it was a Viking. I come from Viking blood. Okay, I look like I look, and that's because I was born. Okay. The look on my face doesn't mean I'm mad. It means my eyes are fucking bad. I'm trying to focus on what I'm looking at. But when I take a stern look, if that puts fear into fucking people, well, because I come from fucking nobility. I come from a long line of knights and fucking warriors. Okay? Again, I don't expect anybody to watch all this shit. Okay? I can't see clearly, but it looks like it's 1088, 30, 48. I can't read it without my glasses. Hold on. 10:50. Okay, 10 hours and 50 minutes on this fucking thing. Okay, well, that's no good. You know, I gotta sit here and spend 10 hours and hope that maybe, like, if I can put out a fucking video on a YouTube and get creative and make an email account, that maybe he might find me or something, or something. And, okay, well, how does that work exactly? You know, um, when I came home that day, the day that I walked off, I dropped off the car. I said, I came home, I said, I'm going to drop off the car. And I dropped off the car, and I put on my skates, and rollerblades and all that shit, no spandex, you know how I skate. But, like, I skate like I'm fucking going down a flight of fucking stairs and shit. But I'm old now, so I don't do that shit anymore. But anyway, I put on my skates, and I made my way back to work and finished my shift. I was working on a fucking project, and this was like the third or fourth fucking time in a fucking, like, in a month that you've called me off the job. I can't even remember how long, but in the time that it had become a prevalent fucking issue that I was being spoken to by the people that were, like, taking me in, okay, reading me in, indoctrinating me, okay, like, I was being interviewed, auditioned, if you will, and I just really don't appreciate your pure disobedience. I will do everything in the world to make what you want to have happen. I will go out of my way. I will move heavens and earth. But if I say no, it cannot happen, it means no, it cannot happen. It doesn't mean you go and do it when I'm fucking gone. Okay, well, now here's the price. Okay? You now have a child that's going to resent you for the rest of his life because you stole his origins. He doesn't know who he is. He's got a kid who's got a name that outranks him. The kid's not even Greek. Why did you give that kid a Greek name? You're not Greek. I'm Greek. You're not. That kid's not Greek. Demitrius Greek. Because my grandfather was Greek. 100%. Do you understand what I'm saying? From the old country. Do you understand? And so, like, it gets old, dude. Like, I've got real, like, established bloodlines. Okay? Established bloodlines that go back to the fucking Crusades, dude. And you decided in your infinite tweaker wisdom that that wasn't good enough. Oh, really? That your son should never know who he is. Oh, really? Really? Okay. You just... I love you for giving me my son, but you stole him from me, and it wasn't your right. Okay? When I say you killed my grandfather, when you conspired with my mother to pull some Count of Monte Cristo shit with me, the Chateau d'If, okay? You gave him a stroke, a heart attack, which led to a stroke, okay? Because he seized up, but he's a big fat Greek man, okay? And he falls to the ground, laying on his side, his neck pinches the fucking, because he's on a crunk, he sits there, pinches his neck off, and ends up having a fucking stroke, okay? My dad, and then all of a sudden, while I'm at the Chateau d'If, okay, he's completely fucking hospitalized, gets out, has the fucking mindset of a fucking, like, a 3-year-old child. He was just like a little fucking, P-51 Cessna or something like that would, fly overhead, and he'd, like, wet himself in fucking, like, fear and, like, terror because he's having fucking flashbacks to fucking Prussia wars and shit, okay? And, died a month later. He was a great man. He was fit as a big fat Greek man could be. But what? He was only my age. Really? Fuck you. Fuck you. Next step up. Okay? So, you killed my grandfather. You killed me. You killed my grandfather. You killed my great-grandmother. Or his great-great-grandmother. His great-grandfather. Okay? Because when that happened, here's the thing. Dimitri, I'm going to shove her out of the way for a second. Dimitri, if you're still here, okay? What happened is she hooked up with this fucking guy, had a little thing back and forth, found a way to go, was able to stay at daddy's house, have a chance to rest up, go into fucking town, get a couple pints, that type of thing, shake a money maker, bat an eyelash, and find some guy. She ends up with the guy that you got now, she grifted the guy, okay, and he was desperate for someone to fill a thing, and so basically that's her thing. She looks for people that are desperate for, like, attention, love, and affection, and then basically, like, exploits them for that, for, housing, stuff, things, whatever she wants. And she feels it's her right, and if she doesn't get it, she gets fucking pissed. Like, you're her son, and so I'm not ever trying to tell you to ever disobey her, but, like, I know it was like being tortured by my mother. I don't think she probably tortured you. Your mother, I don't think she tortured you. My mother took weapons to me. I just, she chased off my dad and then took weapons to me. My mother was a founding member of what would be an Antifa today. Again, the Students for a Democratic Society, later Weathermen. When the Weathermen came back, my dad came home from Cambodia, Laos, and they stopped over at the Fairmont when the guys got stateside. They shipped out, they got back, they got discharged for the night, they could go do their business. They all went to the fucking Fairmont, hit the lobby, we're going to go and have a, shindig night, the best, they just spent fucking 4 years in the mud, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to come back and enjoy the evening, that kind of thing. And so they went to a real nice spot, the Fairmont Hotel, which is a real nice little joint. And then when they were coming in, my mom was out there with a bunch of other hippies. They were called hippies back in the, day. And she was like, well, out of Vietnam. And that was the big push, out of Vietnam. Just like today, it's Antifa and Black Lives Matter today were the SDS and the Black Panthers back there. The Students for a Democratic Society. Okay, Kent State, the Students for a Democratic Society. My mom was 14 when she started dropping in that. She'd hop the trolley from out in Tacoma out over to, Akron and shit like that. Go out to, I don't know how you go, things like Kent State, I think I was talking about earlier, probably maybe about, 7-8 hours ago, I don't know. But, like, Kent State, with all the hippies, they charged up and the National Guard was on the lawn and they started charging up and surging like they were going to bum rush the National Guard, and they got fired on. It's because the provocateurs, the guys that create these events, they sit in the back lines, they lock all their arms together, and they start pushing, herding people forward by, all hands locked together, marching everybody forward, then everyone behind's getting to kind of get pushed, and then everybody starts getting pushed, and then they, with the battle charge cry, and they all start running in, and they got laid out. You know what I mean? And then again, take that media and then hype it up like, oh, evil, 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 evil Nixon, and all this other shit. It's like, no, you guys staged that event. The guys who organized that event sat in the back, okay? Bernadine Dorn, okay? And Billy Ayers, and what's the other guy? Mark Rudd. Oh, fucking dude, my mom had such a thing for Mark Rudd. Anyway, because he looked Greek. He looked like us. He looks like us. And so she had a heartthrob on him and fucking followed him wherever he said he was going. And if he was handing out a fucking flyer to one fucking thing, she was on her fucking, hitting on that Amtrak, and it's just like the trolley, and like every town's got a trolley. You gotta be careful how you say things a lot of times. But like, she ended up over here, down in town here, because, again, my great-grandmother was down here, and she wasn't able to, so, again, they're going to go out and protest on a thing. Well, here comes my dad coming home. They've already been fucking shoreside for a minute. They just left the fucking base, and they're walking out here trying to fucking, they got a fucking night of OR, dude. They're on their own, and they're going to go have some fucking fun. And they went out to the damn Fairmont, and they came up to the hotel, and my mom's out there protesting with her shit, and my dad comes up, gives her one of those World War II kisses, we're like, he's drunk as a skunk, and he's coming through, and he just finds a beautiful girl, and he sits there and he just grabs her and kisses her, and then she's and then starts kissing him. Well, so we got the anti-protester, like the hippie Vietnam, like your mother loves the hippie shit, Jimi Hendrix, and she likes to do the Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. She likes to wear like just kind of like jean kind of overalls and a tie-dye kind of sweater shirt, and kind of be like, okay, I'm just flopping around the house. I'm going to wear my sandals or my big Uggs sheepskin kicks or whatever. Like, she's a hippie. She subscribes to that whole mindset. A communist.